Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, June 10th at 4:06 p.m. Purdue started basketball practice yesterday officially, and a couple interesting takeaways came from it. They not only had practice, but they were open to the media as well, and so a lot of stuff came from that. I tried to listen and remember everything. I didn't write down notes while I was watching the press stuff, but I tried to do it by memory. So this is a bit of an experiment. We'll see how this goes. I think I got much of it. Also watched some of the practice videos that are out there. Dustin Schutte, Purdue Boiler Ball put out videos as well. So there's some stuff out there you can look up on YouTube right here. Not here, but on the same platform. Before I get to my thoughts and discussion with you guys, let me thank our friends at Homefield Apparel. Head over to homefieldapparel.com. Enter Boiled25 at checkout for 15% off your first order. Check out the Play Hard Gene Katie hat. Also, when you're on campus and the weather's really nice and it's sunny and it's summertime, head over to AJ's because there's no place that's better. And when it's cold and dreary and rainy, it's great to have your sunshine, Adam, inside and helping you out. But also, their staff is great and their food is great. You can't go wrong. Burgers, beef, beer, AJ's. EatAJ's.com and head towards the fire station. You'll get there. So, practice begins. If you watch the video, if you listen to some of the audio, it was a spirited environment. It's good to see the way Purdue does drills. The system works. Communication is always something that Coach Painter and company talk about. The way the guys talk to each other, yell at each other during drills, the way they communicate during games really, really matters. And trying to instill those habits in the young guys really matters. The only new guy, of course, was Antoine West. He's on campus. There's some people out there talking about how he looks like he fits the bill and he doesn't look like a freshman. I don't know if he's quite as big as CJ Cox or Jakari Harris were when they got on campus, but looks the part. Different guy, craftier in the way he scores, kind of old man game, but he can find a way to get buckets. He also can shoot from the outside, and he was shown a little bit on the videos. But let me go through my points, and you guys can tell me what you think. Tell me what I missed. Let me know. Like I said, no Cluff, no Omer, no problem. And the reason it's no problem is because you have leadership. Like I was talking about with the football team the other day, how that team is desperately seeking leadership and trying to get its feet under it. This team has no problems there, no issues there. You got three guys that have been there a long time. Two of them have been there for this is their fourth year, and one of them is in their fifth. Of course, TKR. These guys know their stuff, and TKR was maybe the most candid interview of anybody. If you watch it, it's hilarious. I think he likes talking to the media. I don't think Braden Smith likes talking to the media very much, but TKR had a lot of interesting thoughts. I'll touch on those in a second. Daniel Jacobson is bigger and stronger, has more hair as well. He's up to nearly 260 pounds. For reference, Big Zach Edey was right at around 300 to 310, I think, playing weight, his final year on campus. And Jacobson, same height, 7'4". He's a thinner guy, but he does look like he's filled out nicely. My hopes for what they could get out of this downtime was him getting bigger and stronger in a good way, and he looks like he did it. Coach Brantley is being forced to work hard yet again. Coach Brantley and I are contemporaries. We were both on Purdue's campus at the same time, and I can't imagine the pounding that Coach Brantley takes during these drills. He earns it. He helps these guys get better. He's the best big man coach in America. I think we're all convinced of that. Another big thing, unusual. Braden Smith's teeth are wider. I'm just going to say it. I don't think anybody said it. I don't know how he got those teeth, those pearly whites so pearly, but they're definitely wider. And I thought maybe perhaps this is an analogy for your Boilermakers. Braden Smith, same guy that we've been watching for 3 years, start at Purdue at point guard. He's very, very good, but he's better. He's better. His teeth look better. Haircut looks better. He looks like he's in fantastic shape. He's got some new tattoos too. If you've paid attention to that, don't know if that's your thing. Don't know if you like it, but overall, I would say Braden Smith, his look, he looks kind of big time. He looks like a guy who could go on TV regularly. He is aware that he does have a lot of cameras pointed at him, and he's probably going to have more as the season progresses if things go the way we think they can. So Braden Smith, his whole persona, perhaps it's an analogy for this Purdue basketball team. I said earlier, TKR is brimming with confidence, I believe. But a couple things that I thought were interesting. Couple points of confidence he had. One big one was he talked about the efficiency with which Oscar Cluff rebounds the ball and the rate at which Oscar Cluff rebounds the ball. And TKR is kind of giddy, you can see when he talks about that, because that rate is higher than what Zach Edey rebounded the ball. Granted, he's coming from the Summit League, and Edey was coming from the Big Ten, from 4 years in the Big Ten, 3 years in the Big Ten, whatever. 4, right? But TKR, you can tell he's so excited to have a bigger body to take some of the beating that he had to take last year. And he mentioned that too, having to block out a power forward instead of a center. He's looking forward to that. He's looking forward to not having a guy that outweighs him by, I think he said 30 to 40 pounds all the time, up to 60 pounds. I think many of those guys that he was battling. So that was one point. The other thing he talked about, I thought was interesting that he expounded upon, was Omer, and he doesn't know a lot about Omer other than the brief meeting they had as a team. But his coach, PJ Thompson, says that Omer is like a bigger Braden Smith. And that made TKR laugh, and he got a little philosophical, if you will. And he said, if he's that good, if we're dealing with a bigger Braden Smith, and we've got 2 Braden Smiths on the roster now, who's going to beat us? And he kind of laughed at it. And I think it's true. I think he was kind of tongue-in-cheek in that, saying that, no, he's not Braden Smith yet. But the fact that you've got another guy like Braden Smith that's a bigger, probably stronger right out of the box. He looks like maybe Braden's one of those guys who's deceptively strong. But Meyer, gosh, I broke my own rule. Meyer, I'm going to call him Meyer until I hear from his mouth what I'm supposed to call him. But yeah, it's... TKR saying they may not lose. Could be accurate. Who knows? Let's see. In case you didn't know, Cluff right now is still in Australia getting his visa worked out. It's just time he has to get over there until all the paperwork gets cleared. Once it's cleared, it won't be any issue. Jacobson, as you know, is preparing for to try out for the Team USA. Looks great in the process. Fletch Lawyer had some comments. He said one thing he really wants to work on, or he has been thinking about working on, getting better defensively. Being more consistent mentally defensively is a big focus for him. He believes that he has the tools to do it. He just needs to stay dialed in all the time. We'll see if that's true or be put to the test. And also, he said one thing he wanted, because I think somebody in the media asked him, how could Braden Smith get better? And he said one thing the whole team said to him when things went bad, or a mistake was made, or a shot was missed, he would get down on himself a little bit, and you could see it. You can see it in his body language. But Fletch says we just got to remind him he's the best player in America. It's that simple. And it's interesting. I like it when you can peek behind the curtain on what makes a team tick, and the idea of saying Braden Smith is still humble enough to get down on himself. You could look at it 2 ways. One, he's not fully baked to what he's going to be, meaning one day he's going to be a guy that is completely confident in who he is all the time, I would think. But he's close, and having teammates around him that are going to make him better, always a good thing. Finally, Paint talked about the changes in the NCAA, a big deal since I talked to you last. The court case regarding the settlement and how they're going to move forward with the way each team will pay their players as a salaried employee, and collectives can come in house now. Paint said he thought the NCAA settlement was a good thing, but he also didn't think the system was fixed, and he doesn't think the structure is there. And he also talked about how much trouble the NCAA has gotten itself in by perpetually not being proactive. You've heard that from anyone who cares about college sports, that the NCAA was never proactive, and every time, because they weren't proactive, and because they were foolish and not handling things well according to the law, they lost lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit, and it has cost them greatly. I can't remember who it was. I saw a pundit talking about this, and he said, is this court case just the final toll, the final, is this it for the NCAA? And is this the direct route to the NCAA kind of crumbling under its own weight, especially for the, I don't want to say super division. I don't even think you need to go that ridiculous, but the whatever the new version of college basketball and football is. It could very well be. Another note that I took away from the press things was that Liam Murphy won't be able to go all out, go hard, whatever you want to talk about it, in practice until the fall, but he's still trying to make it a go. One thing I thought was really cool from the videos was seeing TKR and Jacobson diving for loose ball already. The Purdue culture is real. The things that we've come to, I don't know, just kind of think that everybody's this way, or this is just the right way to do things. It absolutely is, but it's not normal. Make no bones about it. It's not normal. And it sure isn't normal to have a bunch of All-Americans getting after each other like you saw the big three. And of course, TKR and Jacobson right away going after a loose ball, getting on the floor. A 7'4" guy getting on the floor. Again, not normal. We got very, very spoiled with Zach Edey doing it a couple years ago, but it's not normal, and it is the Purdue way, absolutely. So a couple of you guys are here. Appreciate it. Let's see. IC says, good afternoon. How are you? Jarvizda says, always good afternoon with B Dowd. Thank you. Appreciate it. Zach Welch, howdy, Boiler Dowd. How are you feeling about Jacobson putting on some weight? He was looking good. Hope he's able to maintain the mobility at a higher playing weight. Yeah, that was it is my biggest concern with him getting those extra pounds. They said it was like 30 something pounds he put on. His mobility was awesome. The ability to go baseline to baseline, great feet. It's not going to affect his hands. He has very, very good hands as well. And his ability to get off the court quickly as a shot blocker was a big deal. All those things could be affected by somebody putting on weight. But also coming off an injury could make you a half step, quarter step slower. We'll see what happens. I think he's got his work cut out for him. I'd be shocked if he made the U.S. team, just because he's just coming back. He's like a matter of months since he was injured. That's a tough thing to do. My son had a minor surgery year and a half, 2 years ago. Well, 2 years ago. He was a cross-country runner in high school, and watching him trying to get back to where he was difficult. College basketball, obviously, much more difficult than just high school cross-country. And I just think some of these guys heal quicker, but surgery's tough. And anytime you are in a boot for an extended amount of time, it's tough to get back. So I think he'll definitely be back by the time Purdue's basketball season begins. I just think it's a lot to ask right now, but always good to see guys going off. Omer Meyer is in Israel playing with the national team, and I don't know if he's playing with the full-all one or I guess it'd be 19U. I don't think he'd be on the 18U. I don't know his age right now. And also, of course, with Jacobson going and playing with his peers, good thing to see. Tom Heading. Oh wait, Ryan Lewis said, so excited for basketball. You're not the only one, Ryan. And I did a post a little less than a week ago. I did a lot of research on that post for football, kind of digging deep into the roster. It was me trying to figure it out as much as anything. It's not like I'm just completely doing a service, although I hope some of you took it that way. A lot of work on that one, and it's funny how little interest there was on that. But I know we're in the summertime, and also, I'll get into that later. But yeah, I'm excited for basketball, but we can't skim past football. I don't want to do that. I don't want to get in that habit myself. And I think if your expectations are anything like mine, you're going to be pleased with about anything if they show fight. And I think this team will have a lot of fight. Tom Headington says, sad me, not first. No, not even close, Tom. Got to work harder. Got to get up earlier in the morning to be first. But good to be here. IC says, can't wait for Purdue basketball season. So many things to be excited about. Also, go Pacers. Yeah, the Pacers really, game two was a lot different than game one. In that game one, they really hung around. Game two, it felt like a foregone conclusion. They were going to lose by a lot. Oklahoma City really flexed their muscle. Oklahoma City, their crowd is excellent. Like I said, I don't know if I tweeted it. I think I did. But it's like watching two college fan bases go against each other. It's really, really fun, really neat. The enthusiasm is there. But they're the best team in the NBA all year. And the Pacers can't fall out of what makes them play well. And they can't lack the pace. They can't shoot poorly. There's no margin for error versus Oklahoma City. As you saw the other game, Pacers got mollywomped. But one thing that was weird, I thought it was very odd. Halliburton was out for 6 minutes in a row in the second quarter. And I know the Pacers and Carlisle are really big about keeping guys fresh for later, but that might have been too much. Oklahoma City had their number though, and showed why they're the best team in the NBA the other night. So hopefully the Pacers can come back and get back into order at home. If you can, obviously, hopefully they can help. If they can protect home court, dag nab, be a lot of fun. And I, as much as I love to see the last second shots, I'd kind of like to see them cruise to victory this next one, and not take any heroics. We'll see. Motor City Boiler says hello from Sandusky, Ohio, Cedar Point. Oh, so at the park. One of the founders of Boiled Sports, Tim, and I went to Cedar Point one time, a long time ago. He's a big roller coaster head. And I went there and I was so impressed with the place. I love roller coasters. I'm terrified of heights, but love roller coasters. That place, there's no place like Cedar Point. If you love roller coasters, it's great. Need to be in verse says, B Dowd, I have some bad news. I rolled my ankle during a pickup game. Oh no. And at the Y, and I have a mild sprain. I wasn't ready for this. Thanks for telling me. But let's see. Not sure what that means for my spot in the rotation, Purdue season success. Well, I think you can tough through it. And I believe in your work ethic, and hopefully we can spat it and go tomorrow, man. Let's get back at it. That's the best thing you can do. Take care of yourself though. Get in the ice bath. Make sure you got, if you got a cryo cuff, they work great. Old Shelbourne invention worked great when I had busted ankles, but good luck to you. And I got to tell you though, there's a lot of guys that want your spot. Keep that in mind. Nick LaRue says, Braden Smith. I didn't say that. But those are white teeth. Regardless, I can tell you, I have bad teeth, and I've gone through so much dental work. One of my old roommates, he comes on here every now and again. I had major jaw surgery in college just to get to this point, and I appreciate all my parents did for me as a young person. But whatever it takes, and I am not on TV, so I cannot afford getting the really high end teeth, the TV teeth. So whatever it is. Braden Smith's teeth look great. Zach Welch says, did you see Fletcher's comments that if he had gone somewhere else out of high school, he would be on his third or fourth school? Yes, a really good comment. He was very thankful to be a Boiler and happy he was back. Yeah, that was really, really cool moment. He had a neat comment, and so did TKR, about how they're still here and they're happy they're at Purdue. TKR's was very different. It was very honest. Again, one thing he said, TKR said, if I would have found a better opportunity, I would have gone. So he was open. He was, if there was a better opportunity out there for him, he would have gone. But he said he went and he told the coaches that, and he said, the reason I'm still here is because this is the best opportunity, not only for me, but for anybody to win a championship. I thought that was really, really cool. Really interesting. I think sometimes you forget that these guys, they're not, that these guys are advocating for themselves, but they are. And man, what a great throwback of a class. 3 seniors that have, TKR didn't start wire to wire, but they've started a lot of games. And so obviously Fletch and Smith, hopefully they can go the entire season, start every game. And I think we're going to be in a place where that's absolutely a record for the amount of starts and the fact that they've gone from freshman to senior year. Incredible. So very, very cool to hear Fletch talking about that too. And I think it's pretty neat that these guys are that big of thinkers. They're talking about if this, then this. And they would have been a very different situation. And obviously he knows about transfers. His brother transferred, of course, from Michigan State to Davidson. So that's not too far from home. Yeah, very good point. Thanks for bringing that up. Another comment, it continues, if the Pacers protect home court, they are NBA champions. Absolutely. No other way around it. Wild and crazy to think about. It is really cool to think about. It really, like, it's something that I didn't realize how much I wanted to see a Pacers championship until they started really getting hot. And now I'm like, man, you can see why Oklahoma City is the number one seed in the whole thing, and why they're the best team in the league. But I would love to see it. I'd love to see it for a lot of reasons, but yeah, I'd love to see it. I'll talk about it someday, hopefully. Tom Hedden says, with football in mind, what are the odds of a BS meetup at AJ's after a game? If I were going to put odds, like a number beside it, I'd say depends on how many BS moving parts would be there, but I'd say you have a very good chance. I'm going to say 45%. How about that? 45% that we could have some sort of meetup at AJ's after a game this year. I'm gonna have season tickets, so you'll see me. You'll see me during football season if you're in Ross-Ade. And the other thing is, I do go to AJ's a couple times a season. Maybe I'll go more this year. Who knows? But yeah, I would like to make it happen. There you go. And I can't control everybody. So Nate Dolan says, as a Bulls fans, I'm hoping the Pacers win. Yeah, Nate, appreciate it. And I'm old enough. I remember when, the Pacers' main impedance to get to the NBA championship were the Bulls. Knicks were tough, but the Bulls were always there, except for when Jordan was retiring. It got a little bit different there. But it's like the Colts being in the NFL with the Patriots. The coming through a team like that, it's tough because they seem to age very slowly. I'm sure for Bulls fans, the whole period of time was way too short, especially with Jordan going through retirement. But as a Pacer fan, I always thought, man, there's no way you can get through the Bulls and getting to the championship and then having to play Shaquille O'Neal and the Lakers. Mercy. So I think the Pacers have more in the tank. That's the really cool thing. If they win a championship this year, then I think there's a chance they come back to repeat. Oklahoma City will be there because they're super young too. But if the Pacers don't do it, I think maybe they're one moving part away from that world championship. So we'll see. But thanks to everybody for tuning in. Thanks to everybody who's listening that's not live as well. Hope you got outside, enjoyed the weather. Got a little better today. It was a little cool this morning, but here in central Indiana, it looks pretty nice. Some of that Canadian wildfire smoke has cleared out a little bit. It's been hazy off and on for a week. So nice to see it sunny. It was a little bit sunny yesterday too, but then it got hazy again. So let me know if there's something you would like me to talk about, address. One thing, I wanted to talk about that. I didn't say it, but I'll say it real quickly. Jack Benter, who's a guy that I've asked him if he could come on and talk to me, because he is like the mystery man. I've talked to a little bit to members of his family about the possibility of him coming on, but he may play the 2, 3, or 4 according to Painter. I believe he said that. So he'll be used a lot. He's an interesting guy. He can shoot the ball, but he's quite a bit bigger, stronger than Fletch Lawyer was right out of the box. He can do some things that Lawyer obviously couldn't do as he gets closer to the basket. Physically setting picks. There was one pick specifically where he took a lot of contact, and I'm pretty impressed. He's put together pretty well. And I know if you're a Jack Benter nerd, you saw him rip a basketball a rim down, and that's a lot of fun. So. Yeah, I'm rooting big for Jack Benter to do big things, and it's nice to see him working in and trying to put his stamp on the roster. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. God bless you. Have a great day, and talk to you soon. See ya.